Hello, 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 hello. Welcome and good morning. Welcome to the stream. My name is Ace. I like drawing. Working on a 3D mesh to use as reference for a webcomic. This is the first one, and this is my first real attempt at doing clothes. We're doing the low poly mesh of the boots. The boots are pretty high poly right now. So yesterday we started this and we got the soles of this boot done. This is like my second attempt at doing retropology. As you can see, this it's it's I mean it's there. It's not super even, but we're gonna work on that in the future. I think it ain't gonna really matter that much because this is the bottom of the boot, and I think we'll be able to get the details baked on there regardless. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how this turns out and make the adjustments on the next mesh from there. Okay, so let's get started. I gotta position this in a way where I can see what's going on here. We're going to try to do the front of the boot. The world. Okay, here we go. That's what we're going to try to do today. So we're just going to pick a random spot, probably around here, because we're going to try to cover the front here, and we're just going to go. All right, so we're gonna sorry, going to go and wrap this around. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this up to the wait, let me bring this down a little bit and then let me rotate that. Try to straighten this a little bit. All right, so we're going to take this over the top and then we're gonna park it. All right. And once we're done with that, we're gonna grab the other side. Hopefully it's this is why you have to do make it even on both sides so you can tell which row to work from. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going until I get a better idea of which row I need to bring up. And I hope this is as straight as possible. I'm pretty sure there's an easier way to do this, but I haven't found it yet. I am still an amateur. I'm still learning how to do this. This is a newly acquired skill for me. So we are definitely going to be doing a lot of learning along the way. This is one of the things here. I think that would work. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I want to say, I hope that's even. I don't really have a frame of reference here. We're literally just connecting one end to another without knowing if it's completely mirroring the other side. But we're going to go with it. I can tell you, however, that this does look like it's back one row more than it should be. This is the best reference that we have here, and that is to make it so that it's completely covering the other side and try to use that. So I think we were heading towards this row, but it should be on this row right here. I think. I'm not sure. But that's what we're going to go with. I'm not going to really fret over it. So we're going to bring the roll down. That should be about good enough. It's a little thinner than I think that might have been from me adjusting this here and then making it thinner. So what? Hey, studio. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're staying hydrated. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be mad hot out there for a while. I mean, obviously it's summer, but we're currently in the heat wave apparently. So, oh yeah, yeah. Get out, get the SpongeBob's always underwater, isn't he? Yeah, get like that character. Yeah, boy, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be mad hot. Even still, make sure you stay hydrated. Without my air on and these computers running, it gets pretty warm in here. I'd rather not be drenched in my seat here. I grew up in Georgia. I'm done with humidity and hot for the rest of my life. Yeah, I hear you on that. I've been down there. It is not pleasant. Though I prefer that over the winter. I think well, I mean, I spent a lot of time outside in Georgia during the winter. It was not pleasant. I'd rather be hot than cold when you're unprotected from the elements to be. How come I can see through the boot? Is it a reference? It's the way that the I think this is the reason why, because I have it in front, so you can always see it. It's a viewport display function. We want to have it in front so I can see where the planes are. If I don't have it, these are actually snap. It'll be this right here. See that icon right there? I need this on so these planes will stick to the surface. And if I have that on, then I'm not going to be able to fully see them. So I have to do it in front, and that's pretty much why it's a little weird to work around because I can't like it kind of makes the bottom, the mesh under it kind of translucent. Well, not translucent, but practically invisible. You're doing the polys, yes, yeah. This is the low poly version of the boots. We don't need to do the clothes because the clothes are already low poly, and this will be the low poly version of. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've already seen me do the high poly of this. This is oh, okay. This is the high poly version of the character. We're going to be baking these details. That will be the next step when we unwrap. Is baking these details onto the low poly, so the low poly will look like the high poly, but with a lot less, you know, faces and edges and whatnot. It'll be much easier to render and pose while it's being rendered at the same time. My lowest completed mesh is like 130,000 polygons, and I think that's a little high. So we're gonna try to get it lower. If I want to ever, I feel like if I were ever want to get like use this stuff for like animation or anything like that, then I should probably try to shoot for a lower number. So that's what I'm going to try to do, like going forward. And I think I mentioned this yesterday, but I think I've seen people get like billions of polygons in this program, and I want to know like because I've always assumed that it was Blender that couldn't really handle that like really high polygon counts because I got like I can get like tens of millions on ZBrush with no lag whatsoever, but I get lag at 12 million on this. So I need to like go into the settings and see if there's anything I can adjust. Even though I am enjoying working within like smaller limits because it actually helps me sculpt better. I can get the basic forms and whatnot down quicker, but just for being able to render more things in the future would be very helpful. I think to know if I can increase the workload without lagging the program. So we're going to continue with the boot here. I hope 99 pops. I think he might be. I don't know if he's. I think there's a direct or something going on. I just saw that game he was playing, that Disney game, when I was logging in the Twitch here to put my chat up before I streamed. That they are adding new content for that Disney game that he was playing. I'm pretty sure he saw that, but in case he didn't, I was going to bring it up. And then before I streamed, like it was on the front page, and I saw people were watching something. Uh, Apparently, there's some kind of Looney Tunes game, like a Looney Tunes sports game. Looked interesting. I thought it was a Space Jam game, but apparently they're playing tennis and whatnot. So uh, we'll see. Kind of, it kind of looked fun. To be honest, I haven't played anything from Looney Tunes in, man, it's been years. Oh, we had animation running for some reason. I was like, why is there rings for a second? The last thing I played was it was Tasmania for the Sega Genesis. That was like the one game from Looney Tunes that I can think of right now that I played a lot of was the Tasmania game. And it's like a platformer. It kind of instantly reminded me of that. There's a lot of Looney Tunes games, but I never really played them. I think wait, what's Quackshot? Quackshot is Donald Duck is this that's Disney, right. That's Disney. So yeah, Quackshot 99. Hey, I was just talking about hey, you know, they're gonna add that you know that Disney game you were playing? Yeah, okay. Yeah. There you are. Yeah, I was just when I was booting up Discord to stream, I saw that they're adding on to that Nintendo game. Yeah. You got it. I knew you were watching it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, he's probably watching that. And I saw that Looney Tunes game. Wait, what? Hey, Judicious, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Good morning. We're going to continue to boot, of course. New Zelda game where you play as Zelda. Okay, well that's is that new? Is that a new concept? I'm pretty sure that what was that Dynasty Warriors one? Didn't you play as Zelda in that one? I know that's not a proper Zelda game. Okay, but the CDI also had you play as Zelda, right? Didn't they? I'm just you know, I'm just letting the just letting it flow, you know. I'm it's a legit Zelda game, first ever. Okay, so we don't count CDI as what we're saying because I'm pretty sure you can play a Zelda in CDI. I've only watched playthroughs of one of those. I don't know. Dragon Quest 1 through 3 remake. Oh, that's interesting. Let me know if they carry anything about the Professor Late. Oh, Professor Layton. What is? I've heard that game a lot. I don't know much about it. Is it like is it a platformer? Is it like Phoenix Wright? That's a name that I haven't heard in a while, actually. There's like 7 games. CDI doesn't count, not made by Nintendo. Okay. But my point is, there are games where you play as Zelda. Sakaguchi and Uematsu have a new game. I don't know who that is. I don't even know where my Switch is. My Switch is behind this monitor right here. This monitor. It's in the dark somewhere, but I can reach into that darkness and pull it out into the light and play it once more. Never where it's her game. Yeah, but I mean, isn't that her game? I don't know. I'm not. Look, I'm just saying it's CDI beat Nintendo to it. That's all I'm saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, I'm just saying that there is at least one. It's not done by Nintendo. It's first ever for Nintendo. Is it so? What is it like? Because I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go back and watch it. But is it like is it gonna be like in the style of Tears of the Kingdom 99? Do you know? Will Zelda's weapons have durability? Yeah. See, Judicious is on the same wavelength there. Is it gonna be like Tears of the Kingdom? But with the new one, okay, hold on, wait. Let me go back. Point and click. Oh, I like point and click. Okay, so I'm already sold. I don't even need to know anything else. Point and click is one of my favorite genres. Started playing them in 3rd grade. One of my family members, they challenged me to play it because they knew that I was somewhat of a something of a gamer myself, and they wanted me to try that game to see if I could figure it out. It was a Sega CD point and click from Sierra, but the new one is more of the original Professor Layton games. All Professor Layton games are all the stories tied together. Okay, it looks like a classic 2D with the art of the Link's Awakening remake. Donkey Kong Returns remake. Wait, okay, so he returns again. He's back again. He's back. Not only is he back, but he's back again. This is a killer direct. There's been maybe 3 things I'm not interested in. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do after this stream? I'm gonna take a look at this direct if I have time. Well, sometime today I'll look at it. Sometime today, but I'm definitely gonna look at it. Um, Nintendo's is probably the least things that I follow these days. I do like Nintendo, I really do. It's just I don't really follow it closely, and it's always good to know what to get for my Switch if it's on Switch. Okay, we're gonna want to delete this. I don't know why that's there. It just dissolve it. I must have made a mistake somewhere. Give me 1 second to fix it. 1 second to fix it. I like that Looney Tunes game though. Um, I love Link's Awakening style. Link's Awakening was okay. Yeah, that was the Game Boy one, right? All right. I don't mind if it's third person, like over the shoulder, or just third person in general, or top down. Um, to me, Zelda's Zelda. I've always liked Zelda. It took me a while to get into it, but when I finally did sit down and play it, and even the first time that I tried it, even though I couldn't really figure anything out, I did enjoy it. You know, when I'm thinking back to the first time I played Zelda, which was probably like uh I think Pet Cemetery was new. That would be the first time. And that was the first time I've seen it. It was around that time. I think that was around I ain't gonna say the year, but that movie was new, basically, is when I tried Zelda. Let's see what we got here. Three Runner, the rerunning. Yeah. Rygar 2. Never played a Rygar game. It's another one I get into. I think if there's a Rygar on Super Nintendo, which I believe that is the platform that it is on, I should have it. I'll give it a shot one day. Do it on stream too. Um, let's see. They were like, what can we make for Tony and give it to me? Switch Sport free update. Okay. I don't know anything about that. I did like that Looney Tunes game though. That seemed like something that I would play. Um, the remake style on Switch. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So I think so like Phantom Hourglass Studio, is that what you mean? Phantom Hourglass? Like it's got the top down, but it's more like a um isometric 3D view, something like that. There's a 2D platformer called Neo that looks exactly like it was made for me. Perfect Dark OG is coming to Switch today, and I'm gonna check that out today because I like Perfect Dark. Even though I gotten used to playing it with keyboard and mouse, and I have it set up on my computer to play through the keyboard and mouse. Those games are so much better when you don't have to use that batarang, whatever you want to call it. So much better. Even GoldenEye, it's just so much better on the keyboard and mouse. I can't ever go back. I don't think. Maybe I can. I don't know. I can't imagine playing it on anything else. Four Swords today. Okay, Four Swords. I remember Four Swords. I've never played it, but I remember when it was out. And I think somebody did a GDQ with it. And the GBA Metroid remake. They're remaking those again? Again? Man, this is really this is the gaming world now, huh? Just a lot of remakes. It's just like movies. They're back again. Uh New Mario Party with 20 players. Okay, I know where headspace they're in. We're talking about Fall Guys Mario Party type stuff, huh? The 64 controller, I got one for Switch. I'm hyped to play that. Okay. I'm saying compared to keyboard and mouse, that controller is not preferred. If I had to choose between playing with the original controller or keyboard and mouse, I would play keyboard and mouse. Because one, it's a first person shooter, and it's easier to configure the keyboard and mouse for that. Like I don't have to switch anything. I can put the all the C stick movements. I think it was. Oh no, sorry, C buttons, not C stick. That's GameCube. All the C button movements. You can just factor those into WASD, and instead of holding C down, I can just hold like right mouse button and then have the little reticle. Just hold the right mouse button down and it just shoot wherever I want, no problem. Yeah, I actually have Ace Attorney wish listed on Steam. I think mouse and keyboard is better, but there's something special about that weird ass 64 controller. I know what you mean. When do I get Wetrix 2? Wetrix. Is Wetrix the one where you have to take the plot of land and you gotta like filter the water? Is that what that was? I saw that for the first time a couple months ago. Yeah, yeah. That game did look interesting. I actually made a mental note of that game. But I was like, I'm gonna try that game. It's like you gotta like uh terraform the land. Yeah, yeah. And I was like, wow. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, this game looks interesting. I don't mind playing old stuff, especially if I never played it before and it looks interesting. As a matter of fact, I found a RTS game just last night called that I never heard of. It was called Alien Nations. And it has a sequel called The Nations. And it's like I don't know, it's like a very it's a very interesting RTS. I'm gonna get into it, see what's going on here. Yeah, if the water spills out, you lose. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Brand new Danganronpa that has actual gameplay. Okay. I that is not a game that I would play. I watched Aaron and Dan play through that game. I'd rather watch them play it because I'm not really a big visual novel person. But if it has actual gameplay, okay, we'll take a look at it. What kind of gameplay are you talking about? Like an RPG, JRPG, Saga 2 full 3D remake. What man? What's your deal with Saga games, man? I know you compared Fear and Hunger to Saga games, but come on, it can't be that bad. I didn't find Fear and Hunger that bad. If Saga's the same way, it can't be that bad. Okay, it just can't be. Hey, low base guy, welcome to the stream. Good morning. I hope you're staying hydrated. Hope you're staying hydrated in this heat wave. If you have to deal with the heat wave, the heat wave, lots of heat nicks. That's what I should call. That's what I should call. Call it the chat the heat nicks. No, that has nothing to do with anything. The heat nicks. That's so stupid. Anyways, I hate games made to use guides or exploits to play as base needs. Yeah, but it's gonna be a remake. There's no way they're gonna have that in the remake. And you don't always have to use a guide. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play that game without using a guide. Highlight them apples, and I'm gonna show you through my the ace powers of genius that I am the blue guy. All right, I'm gonna show you. Actually, I don't. I don't know. I haven't required a guide uh in a long time now. I don't know if Fear and Hunger came close. Fear and Hunger came very close, very very close. Ah, we can count that. I did just to try to understand what I was doing. I think but it wasn't like for help. It was more for like clarification. Um, that's a key feature of Sega Saga. Okay, Saga. I need a boy and his blob to return to Blobolonia. I gotta try that. I know that game. I know of that game. I never played it though. Metroid Prime 4. I thought that was out. Isn't that another? No, Metroid Prime 3 was the one, right? Or am I thinking of Metroid Dread? I don't know. I can't. I'm blending them all together now. I don't know. Hates having to use exploits, but spends hours finding undiscovered exploits. Yeah, he's a complicated potion. Oh yeah, I see what you've done there. I see what you've done there. Might have had a little bit too much potion, huh? 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 No, I'm just joking. There's a difference between finding them and needing them. You don't need them. You don't need them. No, they don't need. You don't need them. You're only saying that. I think you're only saying that because of the difficulty of the game, so it feels like you need them, but you don't need them. It's just the easier option. You're gonna be naturally inclined to take the easier option. Just as a human being in general. Games on Game Boy are not sequels. 99 Hill Potions, you know better. Honestly, I think he's at a point there. Yeah, you can't really count Zelda because those are, in theory, like all the same timeline, right? That's only in theory. That's somebody's theory. It's not Nintendo. It's not official Nintendo. They debunked it because they don't accept that. And let's see, Metroid 2 is not really a sequel, right? That's a non-canon sequel. What am I doing? Wish I had some potion today. Yeah, okay, yeah, we fixed it. See, that's what happens when you hit E instead of G, and they are nowhere near close to each other. That's what happens when you hit G and F. Ace, in Saga Frontier, there is one path you can only beat if you do a gold exploit. It is canon? Is it a Nikon sequel? Direct this over. This was a banger. Okay. 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 Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it later. Um, no, I could have sworn it was non-canon 99. Whatever I mean, either or Metroid or Zelda. I don't know. I can't think of anything that's makes the Game Boy game canon. I think yeah, didn't that planet explode and in the Game Boy game they go back to the same planet? Something like that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't count it. And if they did count it, they retconned it. It's a retcon either way, but yeah, yeah, I get it. It went over my head at first, low base guy, but then I read the comment above it. And okay, I get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Printers. Wait, does Nikon make printers or ink or whatever? I don't know. I know you're talking about cameras. Okay, don't even don't even or do don't or do it doesn't matter or do. Anyway, not an exploit, gameplay mechanic. It has direct connection. Don't yeah, but it's still that doesn't make it canon though. That actually does not make it canon. It takes place after two, before three. Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, I mean it can, but I'm pretty sure they said that no, it's not canon. I don't know. It's just like Circle of the Moon. Circle of the Moon. Okay, I'll give you an example that I actually know more about. Um, Portable Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, of course, takes place directly after three and references three, but it's not completely canon because it's not made or Kojima is like he doesn't acknowledge the entire game. I mean, that's not really a good example. We'll circle back to Circle of the Moon. Pun intended, by the way. How Circle of the Moon takes place somewhere within the Castlevania timeline, but it's not considered canon, even though it draws from canon. Age of Wonders DLC is finally accessible. I gotta finish this uh Builders Delight 3 update. I've never gotten the Age of Wonders. I've only played Age of Empires 1, 2, and then all the new updates of 2. And then I went over to Rise of Nations. So that's a really cool I guess maybe a spiritual successor. But I never played Age of Wonders. Okay, then CDI games don't count as Zelda's game. I'm just saying the concept exists. I'm not saying that it's canon or that it does count like as a Zelda game. You know what? Yeah, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the concept does exist. It doesn't mean that it's a proper Zelda game. Okay, that's all I was saying. Circle of the Moon is after Dawn of Shadows in the timeline. Yeah, but it's not considered canon because it's made the guy who made Castlevania pretty much said that no, we're not counting that game. We don't count Circle of the Moon. I never played Circle. Wait, yeah, I did play Circle of the Moon. I'm sorry. The other one, it was the other one on Game Boy Advance that I never played. The what was it? Was it Lament of Innocence? Is that the one on GBA? The other one besides Aria of Sorrow. There's another one. There's like a third one. Iga doesn't count any game he didn't make, and he only made 4 of them. Yeah, I'm not sure who made it, but I do know that neither he or the fans count Circle the Moon as canon. I like Circle the Moon too, which is kind of messed up. I like the little card system, but they don't count it. I think it counts because that was a because what's her name? Camilla's in that game, and then they used her in the cartoon on Netflix. So I always thought that it was canon, but apparently it isn't. I don't know unless she's in another game. I've never seen her in any other Castlevania game. She's not in Dracula X, is she? I never played 4 though. She could be in that, but Camilla pretty much drives the plot of Circle of the Moon, and then they use that character again. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't make the story, okay? I'm just saying that the creator says it's not canon. So I mean, who am I to say, right? if he doesn't know, then who does? She's in X and she's in Bloodstain. Okay, I don't remember Camilla being. I did play Dracula X. I played the PSP version though. It was the Dracula X Chronicles. I don't remember Camilla being in that, but yeah, I mean, the last time I played it was 2007, so I don't really fully remember it. I just know you play as the girl and the guy, and you got to jump over the pits and stuff, kill bats. That's all I remember. But I do remember beating it. I just don't remember what the ending was. And I think I did get Bloodstained. The second I said I was gonna get it because it's on sale for like a couple of bucks. So I was like, you know what? I'll get it, and I got it. Get these Barrett boots. Which one was the one on N64 that was 3D with a werewolf? Oh, that was what was that called? Something of Darkness? Something like that? Was that what I'm thinking of? It's not Lament of Innocence. It's not Order of Ecclesia. It's uh Castlevania 60. Was it 64? Castlevania 64? Is that what it was called? Because I'm confusing it with the PlayStation 2 subtitles. That one was something else. But I think it's a continuation of the 64 story. I'm not sure though. I don't know. I haven't played it. I thought I saw a speed run of it on GDQ, but we don't talk about Castlevania 64. I think it might be Castlevania 64. I don't know much about that game. I do remember seeing gameplay on it. I think it was because of a GDQ run. That was the first Castlevania I played after Symphony of the Night, and then I never played another one again. Wow. Well, sometimes Sometimes it has an effect on people. You know, the first one I played was Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 3. I found it in the alley. And that's that. I'm not even joking. I literally found that game in the alley. I took it home and I played it, and I had no idea that you could find party the path that because there's like multiple paths you can take to Dracula's castle, and every path that I took avoided every single party member that you can recruit in that game miraculously, except Alucard. I mistook Alucard for Dracula. I thought that was the end of the game, but apparently I was fighting Alucard, so that would have been my first party member if I was able to beat him. And I got really close one time, and he got me. It was like one hit. I was one hit away. He was one hit away. I threw the axe, but he hit me first, and I died. Did you not play it at my house? No, no. I found that game in the alley, and I had it. And then after that crushing defeat by Alucard, I didn't play it until much later. Like I was like, huh. I was like, what? One day I was thinking about it. I was like, man, that was the end of the game, right? I was looking at. It, I was like, I wanted to see where I went wrong out of boredom one day, and I looked it up, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I was like, oh, you can recruit the guy at the top of the clock tower. I never went up the I no, I did go up the clock tower, but I kept dying or whatever. I kept getting knocked off by the Medusas or something like that. So I wasn't very good at Castlevania games when I first tried them. But so I went the other way. I would take the forest or something. I think it was like clock tower or forest. So I took the easier path there, and then it was it's like a pirate ship, which is where the girl from the Netflix series is. I forget her name. She's there. That's the ghost ship or the pirate ship. I didn't take that path. I took the other path. I missed her too. Oh, you didn't play 64 at my house? Simon's Quest was my first, so I was so disappointed Castlevania wasn't like it. No, I never played Castlevania 64. I've seen the gameplay somewhere. Pretty sure it was GDQ, but no, I didn't even know you had Castlevania 64 99. The 64 games I specifically remember playing at your house was GoldenEye, Gauntlet Legends, which I really want to return to one day because that game was really fun. Uh, Probably Smash Brothers, most likely Smash Brothers. Um, no, not Mario Kart, not Mario Kart. Maybe Diddy Kong. Hey, realness. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Age of Wonders is great. Ace, it's conceptually like Heroes of Might and Magic with some great new mechanics. You can create your own factions and races, and when you win with them, you get points for your pantheon as a meta progression. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put that on my list today. Oh yeah, StarCraft. Yeah, 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 yeah. StarCraft. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Diddy Kong. Yeah. I think maybe Diddy Kong. Yeah. I remember playing it over Typo's house a lot, so it kind of blends in. Like some games I played over his house, and then some games I trying to get them all. Uh, like Ocarina was technically yours, but I played it over Juan's house like more. That was when I got over and really got into the game. I was like, man, Zelda. I was like, man, I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure out the first one. I thought Ocarina would be the same way, but then when I fired that bad boy up, I was hooked. I was hooked. I don't regret it. I'm glad I finally gave that game a shot. And that was like shoot, that was around the right Y2K, I think. It was during that yeah, during that holiday, that the year of that, when all that was going on is when I first played it. But yeah, I forgot about StarCraft. That was my first time playing StarCraft too, and it was on 64. Did they fix StarCraft 2 yet? When it was first out, they was saying it was blowing out people's systems because it was unoptimized. So I never got it. I was like, I'm not dealing with that, and I just never bought it. And then it was the whole, all the factions were a game. They were like, oh, you have to buy the game over again to play with the Protoss, and then buy it over again to play with the Terrans. Yeah, it's fixed. I installed it, but I haven't played yet. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I should get it because I didn't want to buy 3 games that were supposed to be one game. Oh yeah, 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 Clay Fighter, Clay Fighter. Yeah, yeah. Typo had it too, and you might have had yours though. I tweeted you live reaction. Okay. Yeah, Clay Fighter 64 and what was it, 1/3 or something like that. I still remember that game. Like they had a I think I said that I brought up that's the only game that has a fat woman in it as a playable character. And that's almost any game really, I think. I think the only one I can think of is Mel's mom in Chrono Cross. It's a very rarity to see. I don't know. I don't know. It was just an observation. It's not like, something that I personally want. I'm just saying that, that's like I tend to pick I find those characters more interesting to me, you know. There's a new old school Zelda too. I had the sculptor's cut. It bounced around with you guys, and then Juan's mom chopped it in half. Oh yeah, yeah, I was there for that. Well, we didn't see it, but I forget where we were coming from. It might have been like the library or something. Because this was in the summer. School had just got out, and I think his mom found out that he had to attend summer school because y'all kept skipping school. But I guess he never caught up on his work or whatever. And yeah, we walked in there, and there was just pieces everywhere. And I think the only one that survived was Smash Brothers and another game. I think it was 2 games that survived, and only because he kept them in a drawer that was right next to the door, and she didn't see it, and he just hid those games until he got that second N64, and that ties into the other story that I brought up with the Pokemon cards. That's how he got his second 64. He got 3 Charizards, and because his one of his mom's boyfriend worked at the place where they packed that stuff, and he knew the serial numbers to where they had the shinies. He would bring like entire boxes of Pokemon cards over his house, over Juan's house, and he would just open them up and just get mad shinies. And he got 3 Charizards in one night, and I was like right there. I was like, wow, what a stroke of luck. Nah, but we knew about the serial numbers because that was like the first thing he said. Um, that game is worth thousands now. Well, yeah, well, those. Well, yeah, are those are more like I know I'm pretty sure that they'll regardless of however state they're in now, just because of retro game collecting in the general is like super inflated. Those prices would be more for unopened games, wouldn't they? Although you probably could price hike used games just because of the nature of the the collecting business. When I was a kid, I did not collect Pokemon cards, but I would buy packs left and right and sell the cards individually to other kids on the bus. Yeah, I did collect them because I wasn't as lucky as my as my lucky friend. I did get foils, but there were foils that weren't really worth anything. There's only a very small pool of foil cards that are actually worth something in whether it's the Japanese or the American versions. And some of those we just had no access to whatsoever. Like the misprinted Raichu, it's probably the rarest and probably the most expensive card there is, besides Charizard. And those are like something that you would have had to have been in Japan for. It was only a Blockbuster copy, and the only reason I got it was because I never returned it. Yeah, I remember Clay Fighter. I used to like Clay Fighter. I remember that they had the Santa Claus. It was like claws, like a claw, and he had this little like this clay tality where he would go, Santa's gonna sit in your lap, and he would jump up off the screen and then land on you, and he would stand up. You'd be gone because you're inside of him now, and he'd be like, "What?" And then he would get like a little stomach cramp or whatever, and then like just poop you out, and all this clay parts would just blast out of his ass and just keep going. And it was a very it's all clay. It's not any violence because they're made out of clay, but That was the type of things they had in that game. Yeah, I know they had an Elvis dude, like an Elvis inspired guy. I remember him. I remember Helga was the fat woman. She was dressed up like a Viking. Santa Claus. I got bits and pieces of the other characters, but I can't really describe them fully. I think they had some kind of Gumby type looking dude. I don't know. Ichabod Clay. Now that name rings a bell. Ichabod Clay. That's funny. I don't remember what he looks like, but I remember that name being tossed around a lot. That might have been Typo's character too. I'm gonna make these a little bit wider. Yeah, it was the only one I played, but it was fun. You know, I think the one that I played, the 164 game that I played the most, besides, I'm shoot, even maybe even more than GoldenEye, was the first Smash Brothers. I remember playing that all night, like literally all night. I would just put the stocks on 99, uh, difficulty all the way up, and then just play just 499 CPUs and just play all night, and then get like 2 or 3 games in, and then next thing I know, the sun's up. Mr. Taffy, yeah. Update got approved. Just have to wait for Bisect posting to catch up. Oh, nice. Um, I guess I'll look at the. I was going to ask, but I guess I could just look at the update. Much easier, right? Look at the update. Uh, yeah, I only remember playing with Santa Claus because of that claytality. I thought that was hilarious. Kids and poop jokes. I guess I don't know for the most part. Anyway, like toilet humor. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Smash. Yeah, I was very, very, and I think because of Ocarina. No, you know what? I think it's the other way around. I think it's because of Smash Brothers. I tried Ocarina because Smash Brothers came out before I played Ocarina of Time. Came out when we were in middle school. Turok Dinosaur Hunter was the most underrated multiplayer game. I think it was a competitor with GoldenEye. It just never broke out. I really wanted to play Turok because I had a Game Pro and they had a list of all the weapons you can get, and I thought that was really interesting. And actually, when I was drawing, I was like, I actually took some inspiration from those weapons for some of my characters, but I never actually played the game, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Turok 64 was definitely a game that I wanted to play. Keep pressing F. Stop pressing F. Just a bunch of mod updates and added a mod that should make the apotheosis buffs work on backpacks and trinkets. Oh man, that's gonna give me another health bar because I went through the trouble of making like some really good stats for my backpack, and I was very disappointed when it didn't work. But yeah, you just made me stronger, so thanks. I always like more power. Nothing can kill you. No, you don't get it. You don't get it, okay? You don't get it. You don't understand. It's not about dying anymore. I mean, well, technically, besides the world border, nothing was going to kill me. I've actually gotten very proficient at traveling in the overworld without dying. The only thing that really gets me is those damn bonefish. I hate those motherfuckers, man. I really do. But I do like Alex mods as a whole, so it's a necessary evil. I'm going to find a mod that adds stupid hard bosses that drop sticks that are named the boss name, so that there's no point to kill them other than the stick, and it's the worst. Please don't. I think I'm in the contender. I think I can be a contender for those fire and ice dragons now. Judicious. I'm trying to think of hard stuff now. Oh yeah, yeah. Remember Draconic Evolution? Hey, Typo. Welcome to the stream. Hey, yo, we were just talking about Clay Fighter. Did you have that game or did you borrow it from 99? We were just talking about Clay Fighter and how I think one of the people that I would pick was the Santa Claus one. Where he sits on you and then he poops you out. I resist the urge to add that mod all the time. Oh wow, Draconic Evolution. Yeah, I miss having that sun. But the problem is, you know, once you have it, you're kind of shackled to it in a way for all that it gives you. Yeah, it was me. I borrowed it from my cousin. Oh, okay, okay. So I guess 99 that Typo had his own Clay Fighter. Yeah, it was crap. I did it again. Yeah, yeah. That was one fighting game that I can say I had some interest in it, but I never really got into the series beyond that. Oh, you meant Fire and Ice. Well, the way that all the mods did it was they put those dragons in their own dimension, and I think that's probably the best way to handle those guys because just going in the wrong area means that entire area is going to be destroyed and where everything around it. He said I will add. He said I will stuff a coal in your stocking. I forgot all about that. Yeah, I will stuff a coal in your stocking. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of innuendos in that game, man. Uh, yeah, that game was something. I thought it would be popular enough to keep going, but I guess it's not. I don't know. I don't know who made that game. I think they had one of those scratch and sniff ads. I think I might have brought this up before. I feel like I said this before. I don't remember. Talk about a lot of stuff. Yeah, I remember seeing those in the Game Pro. I'm pretty sure I was a Clay Fighter ad. Yeah, I would have been cool with a 64. There was a time when I think it was right after I played GoldenEye. In fact, I was trying to convince my parents to get me a 64. Wait, what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Clay Fighter and Game Pro they had a scratch and sniff ad where I don't know I don't remember what it smelled like. It was like some kind of weird spicy smell, sort of. But yeah, you could just scratch it and I don't know. It was weird, man. Game Pro they had a lot of weird stuff in their magazine. That was one of them. Remember those Game Boy Color ads where people they had all these weird alternative people and they all had shaved heads and they had and whatever hair they had matched the color of the Game Boy that they were in front. Like you had like that guy that he had the black guy and then you had like the Sinead O'Connor looking chick. Remember those ads? Those Game Boy Color ads? Or not color, but Pocket, Game Boy Pocket. When they started making different color Game Boys. Game Boy Pocket really didn't last that long. Once Game Boy Color came out, really didn't. I mean, I guess Game Boy Color was technically a pocket, right? Every Game Boy after that was technically a pocket Game Boy. So I guess they didn't really uh, go away. It's just once they stopped making them like the fat Game Boys, it's like it was like a thing of the past. I traded 5 stolen Digimon for my Game Boy Color. Yeah, I think I traded you one of my Digimon for Red. I remember doing that. It's like some money or something. I think it's funny that the original Game Boy could have been color, but they wanted people to be able to play for hours and color drain the batteries too quick. Oh, so that's the reason, huh? I mean, it was going to drain the batteries anyway. I had a lot of accessories for Game Boy, except for the link cable. I didn't get that until I started playing Pokemon. It was one where you could fit over, and it had the speakers, and it had like a magnifying uh window over it, and you could play it in the dark, and it would like kind of magnify the screen and make it a little bit bigger. I don't know what happened to that. I think my dad took it back. Maybe it might have been a problem with it or something, or I don't know, something happened. I don't even remember what happened to my Pocket Pikachu. I just remember hearing it every 5 minutes. Maybe it just died one day. It's 7 o'clock p.m. Gotta catch you. I still remember that because it would just go off randomly, and you can hear Ash's voice. It would be Ash's voice saying it, and then it would say the "Gotta catch 'em all" Pokemon, where you hear Pikachu. Like wow, all right. Last time, yeah, I had a lot of steps on mine because I would just walk and have it on me. I think that was my only timepiece at the time. I forget what happened. I think one of my watches died, or whatever. I was using that as a timepiece. No idea where mine went. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my Pocket Pikachu. You never had a Pocket Pikachu studio? You never had one? Do they even still make things like that? I don't know. I guess you call them like a what is it? Was an iWatch has that type of stuff now? Pokemon came out with that first, where it counts your steps. It counts your steps and you can measure your distance you traveled. Oh yeah, I guess Pokemon Go does do that. Yeah. See, Pokemon was always worried. Not worried. Always concerned for their fans' health. And their money. It's hilarious. Hey, what was that? Was that the Pocket Pikachu? You had to charge it. You charge it by walking or something, and then you can use those charges somewhere in the game or something like that. It was some kind of feature, right? What was that thing? What am I thinking of that they had? That was a thing, right? You can like you can was that what it was? I remember doing it, but I don't remember having a pedometer to do it. There was something. There was something in the game. Like you didn't need anything extra. I remember doing something. I don't know, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I just read about it and I'm just having a psychotic break or something. I don't know. I thought I did it. I don't know. Maybe I got Mako poisoning. I thought it was me, but it wasn't. I just read about it. Let me click that link. Hold on. I just need to see something with sparks, right? You can use it. You can use it in the game. Polka Walker. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, not this thing. No, no. They had one. They had something like this before 2009. Because I wasn't playing Pokemon in 2009. But something like it. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it was it. Maybe I just. All right, man. Have a good one. Even though you said don't say bye, but I just did it anyway. You know, that does look familiar though. Maybe yeah, maybe I did just read about it and I never actually did it. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something that popped in my head. And, and now he's got some Crocs on. Surprised Digimon never did any integration with their little digi device that you get. Because they had them in you could see that they actually put like a reference to those devices in Digimon World, like they're in the background and whatnot, like big giant ones. And then you got all the stuff that you can do with the VMU on the Dreamcast. There are new Digimon toys. I picked one up. They do way more than they used to and are way more needy. Yeah, I bet. You know, when people had those Tamagotchis as early as Lincoln Elementary, and I was like, man, I was like, well, that's something. And then I ended up like the very next year we're all like basically doing the same thing but with Digimon. I guess if you can market it right, you could sell anything, right? I was like, man, I'm not taking care of no tiger electronic creature, man, looking creature. Then I ended up doing that. Compare them with a website, and they do even more in that game. Huh. Well, that certainly is something. Age of Wonders isn't available till noon. Oh, well, okay. Well, you got a little less than what, 40, 41 minutes? Be all right. I'm definitely going to take a look at that, though. Ooh, Automall's 9, yeah. Well, I got to stay on 8. My death egg is on 8. I mean, I could, because I have been doing it, rebuilding it, but I want to stay on 8 for now. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop jumping from one pack to another because that's why my death egg does improve over time, but everything else that I'm supposed to build around it, I never get around to doing it for that reason. I do want to try 9. I am tempted to try it because it has, they brought back a couple of mods that I used to play with a lot, like Ender IO, and but I'm just gonna have to not not give in to that temptation. You could make a create schematic on 8 and cheat it back in on 9. Hmm. It's not even really a matter. It's just clearing out the area is really the only thing. Even with RF tools, it takes any amount of time. It's that's really only the only issue. It takes about a week to clear out a 25 by 25 chunk, even in a creative setting. Is audio crunchy for everyone or just me? Give me a second. That might be hang on. And welcome into the stream, Cryogi. Hold on. Okay, how was that? Is the crunch going? This was happening to me yesterday off stream. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Crunch going. Yeah, it's an audio driver. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why it's a thing. It's the way I have my audio set up for this thing here. And every time I start the stream, I restart it so this doesn't happen, but I guess it just did it anyway. I don't know. But thank you for telling me. Welcome to the stream, Ryo. We hope you're having a great morning. All right, cool, good. If I have my sound up, like if I had my sound up, I'd be able to hear. I could hear the audio crunch, but I don't. I had it down. Uh, hit F again. All right, keep going here. We're gonna have to straighten some of these out, but we're making progress. Yeah, a create schematic. Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, the building is the easy part. It's the clearing out that's the problem. That takes all the time, really. My build, I'm doing a build that kind of incorporates the background as well. Like whenever you're in a zone, you see nothing but the background of that zone. And I think a 25 by 25 chunk would uh would be like the proper distance for that. At least that's how I see it. I don't know. Like I say, I've never gotten that far yet, so I maybe I could probably bring it in a better world, but I'm still like trying to test that. It's for a to scale build idea, but since I keep jumping the packs, I never get that far. So that'll be something that will be adjusted in the future. I think I got half that on the server. It's a 14 by 14 chunk. So that's like one chunk over. Loop tools for the win as a space function for vertices. A space function? I'm using what is it? I think it's called F2. Oh, you mean to space them out properly? Okay, yeah. You know what? Let me write that down. And I'm assuming that's an add-on because I'll take a look at that if that's a thing. That would actually be very helpful if I could just hit a button and automatically space out all the vertices. Let's see. I'll take a look at that. Loop tools FTW. Yeah, this is like my second attempt at doing the retopology by hand. Standard Blender add-on you can turn on. Okay, let me save it. Oh, there it is right there. Just click that on. All right, loop tools. Let's see. Two ways to use the bridge tool. The first method is to select two groups of faces and then run the tool. Second method is to select two closed loops of edges. Both methods can be mixed, and you can even bridge multiple groups at the same time. Script will try to make an educated guess on which groups should be connected. Bridge shares its settings with the loft tool, so changing a setting for one of the tools will also change it for the other tool. Okay. Okay, I'm skimming it. Okay, this is yeah, this is something I'm definitely gonna have to get into. I'm gonna do that off stream though. Thank you for the okay, now in the edit tab there's a viewport on the right. Okay, you know what? Edit tab, viewport. Oh, we're already in edit mode. Right here. Space, right? Like so. X, Y, and Z. I'm assuming I'm at, yeah, right. You click the space button. Okay, I see. Like this. You have to select and then click the space button. Whoa. That is not what I want. That is definitely not. Oh, hold on. Okay, that's the same thing. Yeah, that will not help whatsoever. Let's see. I'll have to take a look at that though. Yeah, it works best on small selections. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's try the most jacked up area that I can find. Maybe right here. These are a little too close together. I don't know. If I recall, I'm looking. I know there. I have the boots, the grips of the boots sculpted on the high poly, and I think this is where those stars are. I use it. I use it on a line of vertices, and it works best. Okay, let's try it that way then. Why is it pulling it? It pulls. It pulled this one like really far. It might be because of the terrain here, so to speak, of the bottom of the boot here. Let's try something. Let me try something a little more straight. About right here. How about here? Oh, how about here? How about this one? That's okay. That's clear, right? That's clearly not straight. Oh, okay. I see. That kind of did fix it without me having to really get in there and, and adjust it one by one, right? Yeah. Okay. Any method that helps me fix things quicker, yeah, it's okay in my book. Thank you. I think that might work. Let me see. Try this one. Now, should it be pulled that way? I feel like it. Maybe that is the right way. And it's. I see it's closer. It feels like it's snapped closer to the mesh there. Okay, so what if I do it again? Okay, it didn't do anything. I wanted to see if it would adjust it further. Right after some more exploration, I think you'll like it. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely gonna have to take a look at that. Let's see, click, click. Almost hit spacebar. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is once I get a little more into that, I could try it on this one on the actual body. All right, and definitely on this front here because it's starting to come over a little bit. There was a mod judicious that had what was it? It had the fans like Create did. I wanted to do something with. I can't remember what the mod was though. It was yeah, I don't remember. I actually don't remember. But it had Liquid XP also. Not computer craft. It was something along those lines. I'm trying to of what it was. Maybe Cyclic. I think it had mob fans to push them around. Yeah, Cyclic definitely had those. They had like the little plates. It was something else too though that had it. I like the Create ones though. They even work underwater. Let's see. Let's try that. Getting closer to the front of the toe here. Toe with the boots. Let me stretch those further. Stretch them all down a little bit more. I guess I can start like pre-lining them up with what they're going to be eventually collected to. Yeah, I remember Cyclic. The computer craft is down. That was the one where you could do the actual like programming of the computer. That's another one that I want to try to learn. Um, I can't remember the name of that mod. I remember what it had in it. I just can't. I don't remember the mod itself, but it had something similar. Let's see. Down a little bit. Line this one up with that one. That way we can just go straight down. Oh, I did it again. No. Hey, you see those beardstone videos. Yeah, that guy is really making a whole city, huh? I had there was a long time ago. I think somebody did a recreation of a portion of Brazil, and that kind of made me. That kind of opened up the idea for me to do like a cityscape of some sort. I had an idea of having like an area of Ballervania where you can go out and you can see like a whole skyline of a city somewhere in the background. But I'm not sure like what would be in that city. Yeah, yeah, he just finished that series and is going to do season two once he makes a new pack. Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I saw that now that I started watching his videos, I see all the updates that he's done. I'm learning how to better texture from him. Yeah, he has very interesting ideas. I like his greenhouse too. Greenhouse that he did for his farm. I thought about doing it that way, but we have botany pots. There's really no point. uh, I'm probably not going to do the rows of crops unless it's for decoration purposes. About that. Yeah, farmer ends up eating all his frames, and he ends up having to change it. Oh yeah. Well, it's a good thing that I haven't gotten to making farms and whatnot yet. Create harvesters can cause lag if you have a ton of them together. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. It's already a lot of entity blocks moving in one place. Oh, hey, that other pack that you made with all the horror stuff in it, is there anything that could be carried over to Builder's Delight? Do you know? I'm just curious. Like that pack was very interesting. I mean, of course, it's a almost impossible start, but just imagine if you get past that part. Okay, well, yeah, we'll just adjust those. Maybe we can try the mesh tools for that. Just want to make sure everything's even. I mean, well, at least it connects. It's not even, but at least it makes sure everything is It's connected. It's, it's kind of difficult doing rounded stuff. I didn't have to do a lot of rounded things on the body, except for the head. It's really the only thing. It kind of turned out all right. You can kind of see how everything connects. I made them bigger. Kind of gets a little thin here, but we could try straightening out before we go on. I definitely want to take a look at the back of the knees though, because there's something with the form, as you can see how it affected the clothes too. When I smoothed everything out on the knees, it was some kind of deformity there, and I think that deformity might be affecting the clothes too. So I definitely want to check that out. Yeah, I would be like, I don't know, there has to be like some kind of reward for getting past all that. Like the armor that I have now would be perfect for that world. But I don't know anything about it. Though, like there was a lot of first time interactions with that mod that I've had personally. The only one that I know of that from that mod that I've seen again was Fire and Ice is on all the mods, and they put those dragons in a whole other dimension. But apparently, there's all kinds of things with that mod too that I didn't get to see yet because the dragons wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me go. These deformation might be because of flipped face normals. No, I checked those. That was the first thing I checked. Wait. Did I check it? No, I don't think I did check it. I checked on the practice scope. I didn't check on stream. No, I did check them. Then I'll check. I'll double check them. I could have sworn I checked that, but yeah, we'll see. That is a good point. I'm not sure if it was this one or if it was a different scope, but I remember checking them before. I gotta check. I keep saying check, 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 check. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Yeah, but it's still yeah, but it also affected the clothing too. I wonder if that somehow, because when I was generating these clothes, this part would get stuck in the back of the knee, and then it turned out like this, and I had to fix it. But since the clothes aren't smoothed out yet, I just left it like that for now. That will be fixed eventually. I just want to spend too much time on it all at once. Let's see, G. Yeah. Did you do a cloth simulation? Uh, yeah, it's from I have a tool here called the garment tool. It's a lot like Marvelous Designer, and you can simulate cloth with it. Yeah, I didn't do the default Blender because I've never done it that way. I learned how to sculpt through ZBrush, and I'm now moving everything over to Blender, and it was kind of like learning some things over again. I wouldn't normally do it manually like this. I would do Z remesh, and quad remesh here is made by the same people who made Z remesh, but it does not work the same. Definitely, I'd have to remesh it at a much higher count than I would with however Z remesh calculates it in order to get anything close to what I've made. So I'm just doing it by hand, and I can get the form. This is probably even at a lower polygon count, probably better than doing it in Z remesh and then importing it over like I learned how to do. This is the high poly. This is going to be hopefully I can keep these details when I bake it onto the low poly. But this is like far lower than what Z remesh ever did at a much lower, like at least a tenth. I think it was at 100. I think Z remesh took like 60 million polygons down to 130, and it still looked a little just slightly melted, like particularly around the eyelashes, where really the one feature that that were that I had a problem with. Everything else was fine. It was just the eyelashes. So I tried doing it manually, and this is my first attempt at doing it manually. And right here, at least with a manual thing, you can get see if we can get real close here. You can really get the form. Okay, I got to fix that, of course, but you can really get the form of the inner of the eye, the inner part of the eyelids. That's important because we can rig that. I can rig this to come down. These were a little receded. Zebra mesh would take this and kind of like melt it up a little bit, and these extra surfaces would not exist. It could have been just the way I did it, because I'm this is like a newly acquired skill for me. I normally just do digital art, but I did do a couple of practice scopes in the past, and that was the one thing that I kept running into consistently was deformed eyelashes when I remesh something in ZBrush. I don't have a license to ZBrush, so I'm using Blender because it's free. I would have bought a license, but they all moved to subscription, and I don't want to go through a third party seller and buy something that's been price hiked that I'm never going to get any updates on ever again because You know, that's not the model that Pixelogic is doing anymore. It's the same thing with Marvelous Designer. They have a subscription base too. I'm getting off of subscriptions. I don't want to do any more subscriptions. So I relearned how to do everything that I just learned on Blender, and I'm relearning it again. Okay, we got a little Stretch Armstrong stuff going on here. We're definitely going to have to definitely respace these. I think maybe we can probably delete some vertices. Maybe we can make the squares a little bit bigger there. We'll have to see. First, I want to connect it. Let's see if we can fix this. We're lots of learning on the fly here. Just dealing with problems as they come along. Hopefully, by the I don't know couple of meshes in, we can really just get a decent workflow going and just go from start to finish. But until then, we'll just it's all learning experience. I think we could. I don't know. I'm not feeling right about this, but we're gonna try to make it work. What if I? Oh, you know what? I think I know. I think I know what I could do. Maybe I should connect it from the bottom, from top or bottom top there instead of from the sides. Let's try that. Make sure I didn't select anything else here. I've done that before. Select something from back here, and then next thing I know, I have a hole in the mesh. You don't want to do that. Just want to go to about right there. Now is the time for a pole, a vertex with three edges connected. I mean, like this. That's what I would normally do, but then it was going to have that wraparound look. Unless if that's what you're talking about. Like if I just used F from here, that's technically three edges connected right there, right? What if I did it this way? Oh, no, 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 no. We want to hit E, not F that time. We're going to adjust that because that's not even at all. Well, we take this and then we just dissolve that. And then we can take this and move it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Got a little teeter here, a little teeter totter. It might be easier to do a few rows like this, and then we can figure out how the corner is going to be for one side, and just do that on the other side. Let me go back to vertexes real quick and do it like this. That. Whoa, okay, a little straighter, just a little bit. All right, let's get it straight here. Let's get it nice and straight. Okay, that's close enough. We'll fix that. We don't get too far, and then we'll fix that later category. We don't want to get too far into there. All right. Okay, so now we have 3 and 3, and then it'll just be a matter of let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this last one will most likely be some kind of wedge or triangle shape. I didn't do any type of edge loops for the the boots. I just started, and this is what happens when you don't plan that out. You get little. I mean, you can fix it, but you're going to be spending time fixing it. So the next time we're going to have to figure out where an edge loop would go. As far as the feet, I don't think these would bend. I don't think my feet bend at the ankles. I don't really rig the toes to bend. So, but that's where you will put edge loops, is where you're going to rig certain things, right? At least that's my understanding of it. I don't know. This is my first time doing it, but I did read up on it a little bit. Got a basic gist of what to do. Okay, let me try with a different description. One vertex with 3 faces connected as opposed to 4 faces. So yeah, a triangle then, right? Is that what you mean? I don't know. I'm an amateur, man. I'm literally just learning as I go here. Are you saying like this entire thing as one? Is that what you're saying? Like if I took these, like, oh shoot, hold on, like this, and it just made this one thing, it's not gonna bend. This is technically one vertex with 3 faces connected, right? Is that what you mean? I don't see the problem of doing that. It doesn't have to. It doesn't like these aren't going to bend. Do you allow links? Uh, I know mods have the abilities to do that. I don't know if everyone else does in chat. Yeah, okay. I guess it does not. How do you make? I don't know. I'm kind of new at this. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how to just be like, okay, yeah, you can do links now. I don't know how to do that. Is there any mods? Could you whisper the link to the mod and have them post it? I know they can post links. But if that's not what you mean, then I guess I'll just delete that. I feel like that could work. Do we have anyone? Is there any way you can post the link without the .com, and I'll just somehow turn it into a link? I don't know. I don't want to stop for that. Let's see. Yeah. Just as I said, the last one is going to be a triangle. Hmm. Yeah, I don't have that enabled by default because bots come through here. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can work with that. Yeah, I didn't put dots. I thought it would work if I posted it as is, but that's fine. That should work. Okay. Yep, that worked. Oh, a guide, huh? Topology guide? How to move poles. Only look at the top left mesh and the bottom left mesh. Okay. I'm looking. 3-edge pole, top left. Gotcha. 5-edge pole, bottom left. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look at this after I'm done streaming. And then I'll just make the necessary adjustments that I need to make. Very confusing and realize that spot needs a 5-edge or a 3-edge pole. Oh yeah, I didn't look at it like this. I just try to make the squares as even as possible. Well, maybe not so much, but at least have them connect somewhat. Because there are definitely spots that are definitely not as even as possible. Like right here, I could see, and I don't know what kind of effect that will have on the baking and the textures later, but we're going to figure that out definitely. When do I use 3-edge poles? 3-edge poles are where we made a quad instead of a triangle. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to like study this. All right, Judicious. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Stay hydrated if you got to get up, go out in that heat. The first one shows three faces on one vertex. The thing, like what the shape as a whole. Oh, wait, I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah. So if all of this was one vertex, is that what you mean? Like that? Yeah, that's gonna take some 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 studying on my part. But I definitely will take a look at it. That looks like something I should know. We don't have any any crooked grids here. I know, like I don't want to doing it by hand. It's not very it's very time consuming, and I pretty much have to take a look at the entire thing. If I know I know that topology is a very important thing. Like it's like one of the biggest things that people look at, right? I don't know why I did it that way. See that. The crunch is back. What is? Yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at some of this here. I don't know why that's happening so often today, but I do know how to fix it. Jeez Louise. Yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I know how to fix it. I just don't know why it keeps happening now. It wasn't a thing that was going on super often, but for some reason today it's definitely doing that. Let's not do that. maybe not like that. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. Yeah, see, got one that's gonna be extra crooked there. Definitely gonna have to fix that. Don't want to get into the habit of just filling in the space and then just leaving it like that. Like I know that's wrong, so I'm definitely gonna fix it. That is just not right at all. Just look at that. uh, that is not a proper shape at all. But once it's fixed, let's see if we can somehow adjust this. It's almost like an edge loop. We still have this weird shape here though. There you go. That is a pole. It's good. Three faces on one edge. Oh, okay. That was by accident. I'm not even gonna try to pretend like I meant to do that. I feel like it just I don't know, eventually it works out, right? Sorry, on one vertex. Oh yeah, okay. See if we can do that again on the other side. Okay. Yeah, I have not made it into the step to where we get to see the results of the topology we made. Fortunately, ZBrush automatically smooths out the low poly mesh for you, so I never really had to see like what. Besides I know the eyelashes are like the one thing that I know that are affected greatly, but or sorry, eyelids, not eyelashes. I kept saying lashes. I meant lids. Eyelids, but I do. Once we do this whole process better, I can already see the benefit of doing it manually. I know I kind of understand why people prefer to do it manually instead of doing uh, like a add-on type, automatic version of remeshing. Like for quad remesh, I would have to put it up to like 150, 160, 175 to keep the details. Uh, it's mainly the facial details. Of the rest of the body is fine. Yeah, topology part is part math, part voodoo. Yeah, it's mostly just the face and typically around the eyes. And did I have any problem with the ears? Uh, I don't think it was the ears. It was mainly the eyes, and that's kind of important because I have a face. I can rig this much easier this way if I do it manually. That was the one thing that was consistent, whereas like no eyelids. But having done it both ways, I definitely prefer doing it this way, even if it's a little sloppy. So we're going to work through that. It's a very time consuming process too. I would typically do this off stream just so I can concentrate on it and like pull up another project in the meantime. But I figured since it was just the boots, I could do it on stream and this is definitely gonna. Okay, never mind. Maybe I wait. Did I do this differently on the other side? Or did I just not have a choice? The topology should match on either side, but it's not. It's looking like it's not going to. Well, we can, like I said, we can adjust the vertices. Uh, see if we can. Okay, we're running out of time here, and gotta. I want to finish this, and then we'll pick this up tomorrow. And I'm going to try to at some point today. I'm going to look through all that stuff there. So I feel like that would help. And I do want to I want to make be able to make something you know a little better. Very helpful. Okay, we can do it this way. A triangle here. I have to match both sides. That's what the edge loops are for. I didn't do edge loops for the boots though, so you can get that part right. Like I'm trying to like put it all together in my head. I don't see how like since these boots aren't going to be my feet don't bend here. So I don't see how this side not matching with this side would affect anything, but I do want to make it look even. So oh, hang on. See, that does not look at all like the side. If this was the center, or at least this face is technically the center, then these six do match, but then this is where it starts to differ right here, here. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I don't want to do it that way. But, uh, working stuff out. Give me a sec. Sorry for the quietness here. Okay, let me try to bridge these two together. I mean, I could just put them together at this point, but then it's not going to match the other side. I feel like that's a problem somehow. I don't know why. It's this and this. This would technically be the mirror of that, right? But they're different. It can't be good. They can't be a good thing. But I think now that it'd be easier to fix now that it's complete, right? Like I could take this line, I can adjust this entire line and then like fix it that way, but that would take more time. then you would, I guess, then you would have to do if you did it right the first time, right? But nonetheless, we do have the front of the boot covered there. We still have to do, and I think these are rounded surfaces. You'd want to put, I guess since these have clear defined edges here, you would put some planes here and then have them connect there. Like that's a whole other thing that I have to if I want to keep those details easier, would have to do there for the I don't know if I bake it as it is, if it would transfer from the high to the low, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, there's always the texture with the the shoestrings on it that I could find. I think I have a pair of boots somewhere. I could probably just take a picture of the texture and just put it right over that and use that. But let's see. Anyway, I think we're going to stop it here for now. Tomorrow when I return, I'm going to try to do continue with this section of the boot. I don't know how much I'm gonna get done. I think maybe we can do the shoestring part last, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And thanks a lot, Kryoki, for those links, for that link there and the add-on. I'm definitely going to take a look at those, see if there's anything we can learn from that. I'm sure there's a lot of things we can learn from it. It's my understanding that topology is just making even squares and minimizing the amount of triangles. That's the thing that I kept hearing over and over, but hopefully in time we'll get better at doing that. Okay, I want to thank everybody for showing up today and watching the stream. Thank you for watching the VODs and watching on the YouTube archive. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all the tips and the chat. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to try to continue on with the boot. And if you happen to be around for that, I hope to see you there. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And if you have to worry about this heat wave, hydrate and make sure that you take care of yourself out there. It's going to be really hot. All right.